said.
Right?
Dave Richards, sitting number 17. Out of 17. You know, you get into a situation like in Top Fuel or like in Top Alcohol Dragster, right? You got 23, 24 cars here and you end up 17th. It's like, hey, you know, it was brutal. It was one of those deals. When there's 17 cars on a property, you do not want to be the one person taking down an awning.
No, sir.
On Saturday night. And Dave Richards and his team down there for Versatrans and Prestige Farm Boy Customs are trying desperately hard not to be that one team.
Dave getting some help from Randy and the folks at Skag Power Equipment now, and trying to put on a show, impress them. This car is plenty capable of getting into the field. This is a car that's been into the 4.0s. Just haven't found it this weekend.
Now, all you've got to do is outrun 447 at this point. I wouldn't think that would sound like a real difficult task, but I don't know if I just sneak into the bump spot if I feel safe, because you know Paul Lee's going to be back here. He's the 16 man, and he's going to be back here trying to fight his way back in. Dave, you have center stage. He gets way up on the center line. I see a 409, but I also see a couple of missing blocks. And that run will be disallowed on a center line infraction. When you doink those orange blocks down there, that is a DQ. And when you got half a block on your body latch, that's pretty hard to. Wasn't me.
I was going to say, there's a doink and then there's a obliterate. And that is the definition of obliterate. That's a shame because that thing was on a really good run. 409 at 310. I mean, he was off the throttle, I think, trying to miss it any way he could, and goes 409. That car was on maybe a career best run the way it was going.
We need to have a moment of silence for that orange block, please.
Yeah, what did that block do to you, Dave?
May it rest in pieces.
Well, you know who's taking a deep breath right now? The guy who hit the block last night on a similar run.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Sitting in the water box behind him.
You're right about that. So we now know which 16 will race. We're just going to be shuffling for position. And for Dave Richards and the team from Florida, it's just heartbreaking. You know, they made a run that was good enough, at least for the moment, to get him in the field. But he just couldn't keep the car off the center line down there, and so that run will be disallowed. The safety safari will pick up all of the orange. We'll send the FOD mat out there to pick up all of the confetti. We'll glue a couple of new blocks down there at the far end of the racetrack, and then we'll continue on with funny car qualifying. Racers, again, just as a reminder, two things. One, tomorrow we're starting an hour early, and I'm going to keep saying that because I want to make sure everybody remembers it. I'd hate to have somebody pulling into Linder's lot tomorrow at about 10:45 going, what's that noise? Because we're already going to be halfway through the first round of funny car.